Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Brandon here again, and thank you guys for clicking and watching on this video. It means a lot to me. But today we're going to be talking about how to make money trading options. Now, this is a pretty popular topic. A lot of people want to know, can you really make money from this? Is it really possible? So on and so forth. So in this video, we're going to be talking about different ways you can make money with options, and hopefully you guys learn something from it. But before we get into that, as always, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and like the video and do all that stuff, as I'm trying to put videos out Monday through Friday, so that way you guys can stay up to date, learn more about options and anything that you guys want to learn about considering the stock market or news. You just drop a comment what you want to learn about. I'll make sure to make a video over it. But let's go ahead and get into the video. Now, I think the biggest thing when you're trying to make money trading options is to manage your expectations. And the reason why I say this is because a lot of people, when they think of options trading, they think of all the Tesla gains. You can get hundreds of thousands of dollars in a trade in a week. You're gonna be perfect, in and out, crazy, just crazy quick gains. And now, while that is possible, you can get a great read on something, get lucky, number of different things that can happen. The best thing is to manage your expectations, because if you believe that it's going to happen all the time, options will take all your money without you even caring. Because options trade too quickly, they move too fast, they fluctuate too much for you to think you're going to make all the money in the world right out of the gate. Building off the expectations, you just got to think, how do you want to do it? Are you wanting to do it quickly, or you want to do it slowly? And now this will really determine on what avenue you're wanting to take with options, because there's definitely both sides of the coin on this. And I'll talk about each one of them, pros and cons to each. And at the very end of it, I'll tell you my opinion on personally what I would recommend doing, even though you should not listen to me, because I do not give financial advice. This is for purely educational reasons only. Thank you. Okay, so we'll get into making the money quickly first, because that's probably what everybody loves to see. It's the beautiful side of it. Wall Street Bets is all about it, so on and so forth. So this one is buying the options. And this is the one you see most people talking about, where the biggest gains come from. And now it's definitely the most, I guess, exhilarating part of options. It's the one, like I said before, everybody talks about, the ones everybody wants you to get. And now the biggest pro to it is, if you're right and you hit on an options contract, you can make thousands of percent in a day, in a week, whatever time frame it is, which is absolutely insane if you think about it. Just today, if you're watching this video the day it comes out, Fastly stock shot up today. I believe it shot up over 13% today. And now some of the options on that chain went up about 12,000% in a day. And that is absolutely crazy. Now, these gains definitely do not happen every day, but that is the biggest pro of buying options, is that you're able to leverage yourself and just make obscene amounts of money if you're right. But there is a downside to them. As glamorous and pretty as they are, they can be that pretty girl that has an ugly attitude. Because if you deal with them wrong, you'll lose all your money within a week. Especially if you're doing weekly contract buying. Because let's go back to this Fastly example. Somebody bought puts instead of calls for Fastly. How the stock shot up today, they would have lost so much of their money. And it's not worth it half the time. So you really just gotta weigh the pros and cons of buying the option. Now, is it worth it in some situations? Absolutely. Is it worth it in every situation? Absolutely not. So that's just kind of up for you to decide at the end of the day. Now we're gonna look at the other side of building your options account slowly, or making the money from options slowly. And that is mainly by selling options. Now, this is definitely the less glamorous and less beautiful part of options, but as I've mentioned in my previous video, I'll leave a link to it in the description. It's a lot more consistent, and you can build up your account way better and way more consistent than buying options. And that's through mainly selling cash secured puts, selling covered calls, and selling credit spreads. And that link to that video will be down in the description. I go in depth on how to buy a credit spread, what you need it to do, so on and so forth. But now let's really talk about the pros and cons of selling the options. Now, a con to me with the selling options is that you have capped gains. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's really upsetting when you see a stock like Fastly shoot up and you lost all the potential gains because you wanted to play it safe. Now, yeah, you could still make your 10% credit spread on it, but if you were able to buy a call on it, you would have made thousands of percent over. And like I said earlier, does it happen every day? Absolutely not. But in those instances where you do miss an opportunity, it really hurts you. Actually, mainly on the inside. And another big con with selling options is that it takes up a lot of collateral or a lot of buying power, especially if you're doing cash secured puts. Cash secured puts take up a lot of money. It takes however much money 100 shares of the company is worth. So say it's Apple, they're around 100, say they're just $100. So you're gonna need to be putting up $10,000 of collateral for every cash secured put contract that you get. So a huge con of that is it takes up so much of your capital when you're doing it. That's why, another shameless plug, my credit spread video is it ties up less capital, but you're still able to make a decent amount of money for what you're doing. Again, link in the description. But now let's talk about the pros. Biggest pro in my opinion, vast majority of the time, as long as you're not being stupid with it, you'll make all your money on it. And it's very consistent, as I've stated before. You know what you're getting into, you know your percent chance of profit. And especially when the stocks market's not moving as volatile or as slow or as fast, it's a very safe way to try to make money for you. Especially if you're not knowing what stocks are moving or what's happening, selling premium is always a better way to go than buying premium. It's just like an insurance company. The insurance company, every now and then, they'll take a loss and have to pay something out. But vast majority of the time, the insurance company takes in way more money than it pays out. And that's the exact same thing you're looking at when you're selling premium as opposed to buying it. And now, I'll talk about my opinion when it comes to this matter. I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna say I like both. And the reason why I say both is you need to have both in your toolbox to be able to do it. Because if you're only able to sell premium, that's all you know how to do, when the market's going crazy, you're not gonna be able to capitalize on all the huge gains you can make. And now vice versa, when the market's not moving as much and there's nothing going on, you need to learn how to sell premium so that way you can still bring in money while the market's not doing anything. It's a jack of all trades. You gotta learn how to do a lot in the market. And that obviously comes with time and experience doing different things. So I think you need to know how to do both, plain and simple. Now, I definitely think selling premium comes in more than buying it, but buying premium can make you more money if you do it right once a year than credit spreads can do you throughout the whole year. And so that's why it's so important to be able to know how to do both. But at the end of the day, it's up to you and what you feel like you're best at and most comfortable with. And hopefully you learned something from this video. But with all that information out of the way, I really hope you guys gained something from this video today. And if you did, drop a comment, let me know what you learned. If you still have questions over something or you want to know something else, drop a comment, I'll answer it, or I'll make a whole nother video over it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to post Monday through Friday on here, try to get a lot of content out to you guys. So don't forget to subscribe, you'll miss out a lot. But with all that being said, I hope you guys have a great day and thanks for watching. Woo!